I love animations. Not only do I try my best to make some myself, but I also enjoy watching them a lot, whether it's a YouTube video or a whole goddamn animated movie, which is my favorite category in terms of cinema. Some people probably think that this is more of a children's territory, but I don't care. I like the wonderful universes, colorful characters, and simple laid-back and interesting stories with plot twists and satisfying endings. I don't see anything wrong with enjoying these movies, especially that a lot of times you can really feel the passion and fun people creating them had. I have a feeling that animations are in the lead of film categories in terms of how much people behind the scenes enjoyed their work and time they put into the project. You're right saying that most of these productions are made for kids. There's not much animated movies that are strict for adults. We can enjoy most of them alongside the younger audience, for sure, but sometimes you get something that really makes you wonder, who is it meant for? I present to you the next gen. The best kind of disaster. Few days ago I decided to watch WALL-E, a classic that I really like and wanted to come back to. I opened Netflix in hope that I'll find it there, but nope, I did not. I searched in catalogs of multiple countries, but it just ain't anywhere. Disappointed, I took a look on the recommended section and I saw that. I have never even heard about this movie before, but it looked interesting enough, so I clicked on it and boy oh boy, was that a ride. Now, before I'll continue, I want to give you a little heads up. There will be two parts in this video. The first one where I give you some general info about the movie and give my opinions on it, and the second that will contain more of a spoiler-like stuff. Spoiler-like stuff. And the second that will contain more of a spoiler... Kurwa. There will be two parts in this video. The first one where I give you some general info about the movie and my opinions on it, and the second that will contain more of a spoiler-like stuff, so if after first part you'll be like, that looks like something I might be interested in checking out, and decide to watch the movie yourself, you won't have your fun ruined. I will give a fair warning when we're gonna get there, so don't worry. Alright, let's go. Let's start this off with a bit of background. This has that N in the corner, so that already should trigger a red flag. I was trying to see who is responsible for this piece, and I found out that it's mainly the team from so-called Bao Zhou Studios, which is like a Chinese website or a brand, I don't really know, doing small animations and other very weird shit. From what I saw, Next Gen is their biggest project, or at least it looks like the only professional movie in there. Fun fact, there is a scene where that logo of theirs is a full-blown Jimmy Kimmel, and this is an absolute abomination. In terms of directors, there are two. I don't recognize any of them, and judging by their portfolio, neither do you. Let's go with the story. When you take a look at that poster, you may think, is that a bootleg Big Hero 6? Well, it is. Except that it's not. There is a lot of similarities between those two movies, but that's pretty much it. The concept might be the same, the message it gives is synonymous, but the approaches are really different and unique. The action takes place in the future, where everything is robots. Everything. Fucking everything. People in this world are live-action remakes of any boomer comic. They like robots. The main character is a girl named May.
I hate robots!
She doesn't like robots. She gets bullied at school because she doesn't like robots. Wait, what? May becomes the wannabe edgy emo teen with a Karen haircut, and that's basically her whole personality. Actually, on the topic of characters, there is literally no one in this movie that you will like. We've got May, who's the definition of annoying teen on her period. Her mom, who loves robots instead of her daughter Sombra. The average hipster IT teacher-ass looking Mark Zuckerberg, Santa Claus. And that big robot who is like really important, but doesn't even have a name.
I'm delusional.
Let's call him Steve, so at least you know who I am talking about. Believe it or not, but none of the humans in this movie are likable. The robots are no better, as it is literal cringe fest most of the time, especially on the beginning. When I started up the movie, I got my hopes high, as we are greeted with a nice scene of a divorce, but for the next 20 minutes I was battling with myself not to turn that thing off and take a bath with a toaster. You may think that this makes May somehow the most sane and relatable character, cause I don't know if I told you that already, she doesn't like robots, but no, that doesn't make up for anything. She's still a dumb fuck. The overall story is pretty generic, and you can tell from the beginning who the villain is, and their plan is pretty stupid. None of the characters besides Steve, who is like the only one normal and somehow likable, go for a big change that can provide a satisfying conclusion. It's just some generic shit that you can smell from a mile. So now you may wonder, okay, so you're telling me that the movie is bad and not worth watching, right? Well, no. In fact, the opposite. This is an absolute phenomenon, but after that first boring and cringe part, the movie does something very interesting. It becomes actually fun. Pretty much from the moment the dog started swearing, I was hooked and enjoyed my time a lot. It looks like the first 20 minutes were directed by one of these guys, and then the second came and said, "Oi da mate, the fuck is this emoji movie type of shit? Give me that." Fucking takes the wheel and starts putting explosions and dumb humor everywhere. I would say that at some point they just didn't try to appear to kids anymore and just went full on I don't care mode. I mean, that's the weird part, cause I don't understand why bother putting a Minions level humor in the first place when you play this in the background. That's why I was so confused whether it's a movie for kids or adults. And from what I saw on Wikipedia, even the creators didn't know. And that makes it so much better. I can't say that the movie suddenly becomes really good. That's not what I meant. And it didn't turn so bad that it's good either. It just became fun. There still were a lot of cringy and really weird moments till the very end, but it didn't ruin the experience nearly as much as it did before. There were a lot of jokes that were slapping. For example, that scene is probably my favorite. It actually made me laugh out loud.
Oh, this? This is nothing. Why do you ask? Anyway, good night.
I think that this dog is very well written and is a superb concept. For the rest of the movie, the action took over and the choreography in fights connected with camera movement made it really pleasing to watch. The story shifted more towards Steve and his perspective, which was cool and much better than May's. I don't like her. Like, just look at this shit. We get full-blown pursuit with explosions and civilians getting fucking killed. We almost get some lesbian action going on. May gets bullied again.
I'm told that if you go limp, you will sustain less damage as we beat you.
May gets her revenge. We almost get some lesbian action again. Shit's fun. I don't know if that was intentional, but... And I really love the aspect of Steve and the problem he's facing. I think it is a really unique and actually thought-provoking concept. In terms of visual aspects, I am a big fan. The entire movie was effectively 100% created in Blender. Now, this is truly something I must say. I really didn't expect that, and it really makes me want to learn the program myself. The movie is clean, the style is really nice, and animation is smooth. Watching it, you can really feel immersed, and in the end of the day, that is exactly what you want, right? I am in love with the design of May. I am a sucker for this kind of hairstyles, okay? I can't help it. The only flaw, besides how annoying she is, would be unfortunately the voice actress. I don't know what happened there, but sometimes you literally can't feel any emotions in her voice, making it really awkward and dragging the whole scene down.
That's what I'm talking about! Woohoo!
Also, this text right here seems really out of place.
Whoa, what are you doing?
I'm following you.
That is super creepy. I mean, really, what are you thinking? We hang out, become best buds, take on the world, share a deep and moving journey of discovery together.
But that's more of a fault of whoever wrote that. Also, Steve has a really cool design, and in the end fight, it really shows the talent of the graphic team. I enjoyed it a lot. Big props. The soundtrack didn't catch my attention at all, if I'm being honest. Maybe besides the... But other than that, it was okay. It wasn't bad, but just nothing that will make you check if it's on Spotify. One more thing that I can say is that there are two scenes where someone really was trying out some new techniques. Check this out. First we get this. I mean, that's a pretty interesting camera work there, not gonna lie. I kinda wish for something like that to appear in porn. But later in movie, out of nowhere, I mean, don't get me wrong, I like what you did there, but why? It was so out of place, it didn't fit at all. I don't get it, but I appreciate. Made me pay attention, just to find out why. So to wrap this up, was that a good movie? I would not say that. Is it worth watching? In my opinion, definitely. Once you get through the cringe, you get rewarded with a really good time, whether you want the characters to succeed or have their faces kissed by a brick. It can be that it's all just my taste and sense of humor, and you will watch this movie and feel totally different. That is something completely personal, and other people will very rarely feel exactly as you do. Perhaps you will like the movie from the get-go, or not like it at all. Who knows? Dude, I am like one of the few people that unironically liked Rogue One, so you know I may have some weird tastes. Aight, so if you think you want to give the movie a shot and don't want anything more spoiled, now is the good time to turn that video off. If you already saw the movie or just don't give a shit yet still want to know what else got fucked up, be my guest. The spoilers start... Now that guy is a robot.
Hello, princess.
Remember when I said the average hipster IT teacher ass looking Mark Zuckerberg? Yeah, that was the joke. He's a robot.
Normal humans do. I do. Because I do normal human things, like all the time. All the time.
I'm pretty proud of that one, actually. The real villain is the huge fucking bouncer robot that always accompanies this dude. I actually love that design as well. I think it's super funny. I don't remember his name. Let me check. Justin. Yeah, that's Justin. Justin is an actual reversed Springtrap, or Anart, if you will. He's a robot inside of a dead guy. Yeah, that was an actual person, but is a rotting flesh. Pretty interesting, I might say. Yet another reason for why I had concern about this movie being for kids. So this dude makes these robots and they're basically new iPhones, and every drooling fanboy wants to get it cause it's newer than the one they already have. The plan is that they are bombs.
Bombs?
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 And will explode and kill everyone. But this look really fucking weak for a bomb. Like, it really has to hug someone in order for them to get hurt. How is this supposed to kill all humanity? You'd figure they put at least a kilogram of C4 in these fuckers so they can take out a whole family instead of one person. I don't know. The actual main thing in the plot is very strong and grabbed me by my heart. I don't know why I felt so many emotions to that, but it was just something that resonated really well with me. Basically, Steve gets damaged and loses a lot of storage. As a result, he has a limited space on his hard drive. If it gets filled to the brim, he gets shut down or something. What does it fill up with, you ask?
He's out there! I swear! I will bite your head up!
Space cleared.
To prevent overfill, Steve needs to constantly juggle and decide which memories are worthy of keeping and which are okay to delete. But as his friendship with May progresses, and more things happen, it becomes really hard. In the end, to gain more space, he decides to delete few core software thingies from his code, which gives him a lot of space, but disables the weapons. To be able to use them again, he would need to go through a total reboot, wiping the whole disk clean, erasing all memories and turning back to default. As you may guess, that is exactly what happens in the end of the movie. He decides to sacrifice himself, if you can call it like that, to defeat Optimus not in his prime and save the day. I really like that concept and I think it's the strongest aspect of the film. It is like the only thing that made me feel some positive emotions, maybe beside the dog. The dog was funny.
I love this thing.
I don't really know what's the purpose of that girl, cause after that scene you'd think she's important, but no, she's not at all. She's not at all. Dr. Rice, because that's his name, also ends up being totally useless and he actually dies. When I saw this I thought that perhaps he was a hologram and will return to save everyone, but no, he literally dies here. It is so unexpected and means nothing, so you don't even acknowledge that. When I was watching this movie a second time to get the footage to put into this review, I actually didn't cringe as much as for the first time. And I had more fun. I enjoyed it more, seeing all the dumb humor and just overall no fucks it was giving. But it still feels like it was initially targeting children, which by default is not a bad thing, but in this scenario it just felt out of place and was leaving a bad taste in the mouth. There was just something off about it that just didn't quite click with the rest. As I said before, all of this here is just my opinion, and everyone can feel different. If you'd ask me if I recommend watching Next Gen for yourself, I would definitely say yes. you will not be bored, and if you have a humor similar to mine, it will give you a pleasant experience, especially if you just like me love animations. I think that would be it. Hope I didn't forget anything. I never thought I'll be making a movie review on this channel, but here we are. Gotta say, writing a script for this was difficult, cause I always have a hard time talking about my opinion and trying not to misrepresent it. But it's good to try out new things. That's the only way to improve. Thanks for watching and have a fantastic day, Hot Rod. See ya. Kurwa, nareszcie jest!